host of the show Voices of Tomorrow.
Hi, my name is Ameera and I'm 11 years old. I'm in year 6 and I'm going into year 7 at Judge Meadow.
And Zainab, would you like to introduce? I already introduced the topic. I'm not good today. I'm feeling a bit tired, but
It's okay. So we know you're going into secondary school, right? Yeah. So would you like to ask Ameera her first question?
So Ameera, why don't you tell us a little bit about more of yourself? We already know you're 11 years old, going into Judge Meadow, but we want a bit more.
Your hobbies and what you like.
So I like gymnastics, badminton, swimming, and reading. I also like writing. I've also written a book called Survival and got it published.
Yeah.
Wow, I haven't. And at 11 years old, I tried publishing a book. I got through 1 page or 2 pages.
I feel like everyone went through a phase, but you actually went through and you got your book published.
Yeah.
That's amazing. What's your book about?
There's this boy Carson. His sister dies. His mom dies, and then he has to take care of his sister Isla. And then something happens, and his world's like upside down. He has to try
And
survive.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, it does a lot. I would want to read that book. Would you?
Mm-hmm.
I would as well. So I want to give a little bit of information about myself. So my name's Rahman. I'm 12 years old. I'm in Judge Meadow and I'm going into year 8. My favorite hobbies are football, badminton, reading, doing podcasts, and what else? I'd probably say Lego. And Lego. Wow. I'm a big fanatic of Lego. Yeah, the Barry knows that at the back. And my hobbies are that. So Zainab, you want?
I'm was a year 10 student. I'm now a year 11 student. In my GCSE year, stressful but working hard. My hobbies, I would say, currently
Revising.
Yeah, revising definitely has to be one of my hobbies now. Revising, reading as well, like Ameera. I enjoy reading a lot. Probably baking. I really do enjoy baking. It's a good stress reliever, and I really do. I like doing all of those.
The first time I actually cooked was in food tech lessons. So I really want to cook, but then I was scared that I'm going to destroy the whole cooker.
What lesson are you looking forward to in secondary?
I think writing, because I love writing. Maths, I like maths, but it's not one of my favourite subjects. So I like PE and writing.
I'm a science guy.
Yeah?
I love chemistry, biology. Physics is not the best.
I love physics.
Physics is so confusing. You have non-contact forces, I don't want to go on to physics because
what science are you most excited to learn?
I don't really like science.
Seriously?
Yeah, I don't really like science. But the job that I want to be is an optometrist, and that you have to study science.
Do. It's okay. Secondary school science is different from primary school science. So you'll enjoy it, hopefully. I think you will. So also, we want to ask you, what made you decide to go to Judge Meadow?
So we had to look at quite a lot of different schools. However, Judge Meadow, when we went to see it, the teachers were engaging, showing us the different
what different
subjects
you can do.
In each part, and it was quite nice to go to that school. Whereas some of the other schools we went to, they were good, but the teachers, there was always also Judge Meadow, we love the sports facilities.
Yeah.
Whereas for example, Manor High School, they didn't have as many.
I know.
I think also PE being one of your favorite subjects, you really do want good PE facilities.
Especially as we have the massive field and we have the sports, the AstroTurf.
Yeah, the AstroTurf.
Very good for football, especially for sports day. Sports day just hits different. And that's why we need a big pitch.
Sports day. We just had sports day. It was really
You'll enjoy it though a lot.
Yeah, we have a lot of different
That was
events
your last sports day, isn't it?
My last sports day, guys. It's okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
Do you not do sports day in year 11?
No, because
the GCSEs finish before sports day. Then after GCSEs, you're just gone.
You just go home.
You go home.
So you don't come back for sports day. Hopefully, though, guys, cross my fingers. Mr. Chowdhury, you better let me come.
Yeah.
Sports day, I will be there, though, 100%.
Definitely.
I will definitely make sure I come.
Yeah. So another question I wanted to ask to Ameera is, What was the final factor that made you make your final decision?
I think it was after seeing all the different schools, Judge Meadow was the one that we liked the best. So we decided to go for that one. Yeah.
It just ticked all the boxes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Were there any worries that you had though, not just coming into Judge Meadow, but just generally coming into secondary school? Were there any worries that you had about going on to this next stage of your life?
Before transition day, I was a bit nervous whether I'd be with any of my friends from Linden or not to go into my form group. But after transition day, I'm not with two of my best friends, but I've got other friends that I'm with, so I'm quite happy now.
I'm not gonna lie, when I came into secondary school, none of my friends came with me. I also came from Linden Primary School, and none of my friends came with me. I was all by myself. And yeah, it was a bit sad at first before transition day because I didn't know what to expect at all. So I was worried about that. But I feel like secondary school is the time where you make new friends, you meet new people, and it's like a fresh start. It's like a start from, you might have made mistakes in primary school, but in secondary school you can refresh, and it's like a whole new start and a whole new beginning. So
I remember I came from Whitehall, and you know how you have like the thing where you get to choose 3 friends you can go with. I don't know if you So I chose like all my best friends, and none of them came in my class. Not even I only had 3 people from Whitehall who came into my form, and one of them is still my friend today, but the other 2 are just like
they're not
like that. They were like the quiet ones in like the whole year 6. They were the ones that came into my form. But luckily I got Abdul, so now I'm thankful that at least I have a good friend. Did Abdul
come with you?
He came from Humberston.
Oh, so
I made a new friend.
I guess that's the whole point of secondary school, meeting new people, making new friends.
Because like what happened is that in our form, Miss Taya, form tutor, she told us to like go around and meet someone, like stand up and go around and meet someone that isn't in your primary school. And I met the Barry. We weren't friends then, but like we were just like people who were just looking around, you know what I mean? Because I didn't have anyone from Whitehall, so I was like, why do I just go to someone else? Because really, the Barry didn't seem like someone like as a friend. But then as soon as I got to know him and we got to know each other, we got quite a lot of similarities as well.
For those of you who are confused, by the way, Abdul Bari is Abdul Rahman's best friend.
And he's in the back.
He's in the studio today and very supportive of Abdul Rahman and his podcasting and radio show. So
he asked me if he could come. He was like, should I ask him permission? I was like, no, you can come down anytime. And he's like, oh, I wanted to support you. And I was like, oh my God,
yeah,
that's
that friendship
so nice.
is very nice.
Yeah.
That friendship is very cute.
But sometimes it can be a bit counter-argumentative.
That's all friendships. That
is. How was transition day for you? Because I remember I was helping on transition day. What form are you in now? Do you know what teacher you got?
Mr. Johnson.
Mr. Johnson. Oh, I was working with Mr. Norman's class. That's
He's a really nice guy. My history teacher is really nice.
My friend, one of my friends had Mr. Norman.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Norman's funny. Mr. Norman's
he is.
Funny person.
He is.
He's a good form tutor.
And he also makes the best, what do you call it, that chocolate orange cake. Like literally one of the teachers the head of year, she came into our class, and she's like, oh, Mr. Norman, where's the chocolate orange cakes you made 3 years ago?
How come I haven't had this chocolate orange?
That's what I'm saying.
So, go through what happened on transition day.
Let's not start on food or else we go a long way.
So we were split into our form classes, and then we had a tour of the school. And then after lunch, we had a taster of a lesson. So some had maths, some had English. So I had English, and I had Miss Lombarda. So she was a really good English teacher. I really enjoyed having her. So next year I want her as my English.
She was sitting right there last on
Mr. Chowdhury's last show.
Yeah, Mr. Chowdhury's last show. She was sitting right
and
there.
And your mum was here and talking about the book
I was watching that one.
Yeah. Miss Lombarda is a very nice teacher.
She's a very nice teacher. After you had your English.
And she can be like very positive.
She's a very positive person.
Have you guys had her?
No, but in assembly she seems very positive.
She was a year 10. Well, in my year group, was a form tutor. So I know her because of that. On sports day, she's as a form teacher, she's very enthusiastic and she enjoys her time with her form a lot. So hopefully you have that with Mr. Johnson. I think you will. I know he's excited to have his new year 7 form. So after your taster lesson, what else did you do?
Then we went back to the auditorium, and then we were just like talking, and then like just saying what we enjoyed and stuff.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of transition day?
I think the taster lesson with Miss Lombarda.
What did you guys do in your in
We
that
were
lesson?
doing like not a newsletter, it was a newsletter. So but from a nursery rhyme.
Yeah.
So I think we chose, because we were doing it in partners, so me and one of my friends, we chose Little Miss Muffet, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
I remember when I was in like transition day, I did an English lesson, like a taster lesson. I did it with Mr. Sturtevant, and we did about like a biography. What was it called again?
Yeah.
Is it a biography?
Where
right?
you're talking about your own.
Yeah, your own. But like, we had to create like a short biography.
Yeah.
So that was something I really enjoyed as well.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize I'd get Mr. Sturtevant. I wanted Mr. Sturtevant because I never knew all the other English teachers. That's why I was saying. Because like it's always like, because if you're new to Judge Meadow, like the person you get as your taster lesson, you're like, oh, that person's nice, because you haven't seen like
You haven't
all
really
the other
yeah.
Like you haven't like seen all the like if you had
You
a taster
always
lesson
want-
of every single teacher, then that would be a bit chaotic, because like
Yeah.
spend like 5 days just doing it over and over again. But
I'm not sure if you're aware, but I'm pretty sure you do know. You start one day earlier than the rest of us guys,
Yeah,
right?
we start on the 30th.
Yeah, so I will be there with you guys. I'll be there on that day to help out. But I remember
got told.
It's okay. It's okay.
I wanted
You
to-
guys had it as well. You in year 7, when you started in year 7, you started a day earlier. Even when I started,
I never got told that I could help out.
It's okay. It's okay. But basically, I know that on that day you start all your lessons one day earlier, and it's to get you ready for when you're starting, when everyone's going to be there. Because I know it's very overwhelming when there's lots and lots of year 8s, year 9s, year 10s, and year 11s. They're much taller, much bigger, shoving you. I mean, we do have an orderly. I feel like we have the policies walk on one side, and but in any school, it's always going to be very busy in the crowds. But I guess that's why you're starting one day earlier, to make sure that it's like a taster, a taster day.
But on our second day, we've got a trip to Conkers. So
Yeah, I saw that trip. Because I was like helping out, so I was like, "What? You guys get to go Conkers?" And like Conkers, I've never gone to Conkers, but I've heard loads of people say it's so good.
Do you know what you're going to be doing there, or explain what people do when they're at Congress?
I've been there before, but I was really young. I was like maybe 5 years old or 6.
Oh.
I don't really remember it much.
I think it's to do with like
Team
teamwork.
building, yeah. That'll be good. Get to know your form and your year more better as the years go on. So yeah, and then on that taster day, are you going to be doing all your 5 lessons, all your 6 lessons now for the day? Do you know what you're going to be doing on that first day, 30th?
No, I think Mr. Johnson said we'll have another tour though.
Yeah, and because like on my transition day, we did like just more stuff. Just to, like we had like all the teachers who were there on the 30th, they came in to like do supply, and no, I think that was Thursday, because like the form teachers had lessons. So then all the teachers that were free, they came in, and we were just like doing some more stuff. We had like a booklet, and then we would go through the whole booklet in the whole 2 days.
Yeah.
But of course, you guys have only got 1 day, because the second day you guys are going Conkers, and my first lessons I think were on Friday. So you guys might start your real lessons, your real timetable on Friday.
On my taster day, I remember one of my teachers I think it was my English teacher, she made us write a letter to ourselves for when we were in year 11. And I still have my letter, and I haven't read it yet. I haven't spoilt it for myself. But I was just wondering about it the other day, like what I must have written and how different things were back when I was in year 7.
That's actually so nice. I want to do that as well.
What young year 7 must have said to older year 11 me. I wonder what they must have said. I know it must have been cringy, because I was very cringy when I was in year 7. But yeah.
So, Ameera, what are you most excited about secondary school for?
I think, as I mentioned before, the trip, and I think the lessons and stuff, because obviously we'll have like different teachers. Like obviously in primary school you have one teacher teaching you the whole day, whereas this time you'll have probably 3-4 different teachers throughout the day.
I feel like there's a lot more freedom as well in secondary
Yeah.
school. I think you must have realized that when you came for your transition day, that there's a lot more. That was one thing that surprised me, and one thing that I can remember from when I came for my transition day, because I remember I was like, wow, you got a lot of freedom whilst you're in secondary school, because in primary you used to have to be led out at lunchtime and things like that. Just
And in primary, you never used to have the bell, did you?
Mm-hmm.
No, we just have a whistle.
Yeah.
They say line up and then blow the whistle.
Yeah.
Or the other way around.
Yeah.
I remember in like when I was back in like year 2, maybe they used to have the bell and they used to ring the bell and it's like, oh, this class come in for lunchtime. Like they used to have like, they used to ring the bell and used to have like a sign up saying with the like the class name. Then all the class used to come in and line up. And then I would, of course, like, because I did a whole leadership course, so I was like the favorite, from the PE teacher. So then like we helped out every single lunchtime from like September to about February. Yeah. So it was so good fun because like in the end we used to get like so many, like we used to get the spare desserts like from the lunch. Then it used to be like cookies, brownies, everything. We used to get the spares. Yeah. But I would like, there were other people in my who were helping out, and we used to lead the whole thing back like into the hall where they would have their lunch. And then because like I think the year 3s used to come in and we used to put the lunch on the table. But the others used to line up and they would get their lunch and then they would get their tray and then go, because like during lockdown they would have like trays and they would just give you. But then like before lockdown they used to have like a set where you choose and you take it, like you go around, like you go straight.
I'm not gonna lie, although I'm going into year 11, I do kind of wish I was back in primary, because primary school there was not as many like worries, and you had SATs. I get that was important, but I feel like I also wonder, like, imagine if I had the same. I have a question to ask you guys. Would you go back to primary school whilst understanding everything that you were in? Well, I know you've just been in like, but would you rather stay in primary school but have the knowledge that you would have whilst going into year 7, or as me as a year 11, or you as a year 8, or would you just like to just stay where you are? Because I know I would love to go back to your primary with the knowledge that I have right now and just enjoy primary as much as I can, because that's my biggest regret, not enjoying primary.
I think I would go with the same decision, because literally SATs was like a piece of cake for us too.
Yeah.
Like SATs was like, compared to like all these like assessments and everything in like school, like you have like even like writing and like the subjects and everything. You used to like in primary you used to write like small like little paragraph every, like once in a blue moon, but then here like every single lesson you're writing like 5,
it's a lot of hard work in
like
school.
Like that jump between year 6 and year 7 is like a big difference to me, especially with Mr. Arnold. He makes you do the most writing,
but I feel like that's good though.
True,
that's good, because I feel like primary school is the time where you're getting yourself ready for secondary, right? You might not do as much, but you're still doing work. So I think it's good that in secondary you do that amount of work.
But then in secondary you have more homework, like you have to do it every day. Whereas in primary school we only had homework like on a Friday, and then you give it in by Thursday. Like almost a week to complete it.
No, for us you get homework for nearly every subject: English, science, maths, whatever, history, geography. But I feel like also that's also just to aid you in your work that you do. So I feel like everything that you do, I feel like it's for a reason, and you might not realize it now, but you will eventually realize that it does help. And I can tell you that now, as going into year 11, it does help a lot, and it's for the better.
I might answer this question myself as well, but I would like to ask you, Zainab, because you want to go back to primary school. What bit of primary school would you go to? Year 2, year 5, year 6? I would say I would go to like the end of year 6.
No, I would go back to year 3.
Okay,
year 3, because I had the best teacher ever. I had Miss Chowdhury. She was the best teacher ever. She was so kind, and she used to do prizes every week on like a homework prize to whoever did their homework the best. And it was just like, she was like one of us. Like she just used to always have fun with us and run around with us, and she was a lot of fun. So I feel like I'd go back to year 3. And what worries did you have in year 3 as well? Do you get what I mean?
Literally, like 4 years before SATs. Year 3, was just like on the start day, you just write like 5 lines.
And I feel like
Of a story.
in primary, do you remember when it used to be like the end of the year and you used to know what teacher you were going to have for the next year?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you'd do like a morning with your new teacher.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was fun because it's like icebreaker lessons and you get to know your teacher, they get to know you. And it was like that was fun. I really would like to go back to year 3.
But to be honest, like changing like secondary, you have like the same form tutor, but because of the new like change of rules here, I get to lose my favorite form tutor and I have to go to my history teacher.
But I guess it's easier for the teachers as well.
It is easier, but like imagine like you
Yeah,
guys
imagine how I feel. I had the same form tutor for 4 years and
you have to leave it for your GCSE, the
nowadays,
most stressful bit.
yeah, it's all right.
I
though.
remember I wrote an email to Mr. Smith for 500 words, like counter argumenting, like
But
why did you
I
do
feel like the pros outweigh the cons, and my year is probably the only year that's going to be affected. And my year doesn't really care that much either. So I feel like the pros do outweigh the cons. Were you going to say something, Ameera?
Yeah, that.
It's,
Oh, I
when
was
you
gonna say-
remember, it's okay.
Yeah,
Do you have
I have
another-
that moment every time on the radio show. I remember my form tutor on the last day. She gave every single like student in our form like a personalized card, like with the message personalized according to your character.
Aw.
So like, cause like I made like this joke on the starting on like transition day. Yeah, she put that inside the card, and she remembered it inside that card.
Yeah.
So, I think we got a message from Ameera Chowdhury. Oh, I'd love to go to that year too, Zainab.
my favorite
I
teacher.
think you should have said that.
My favorite teacher.
Oh,
Thank
was it
you,
your year
miss.
3 teacher?
Yeah, she's my year 3 teacher.
Oh, that's so nice.
Thank you, miss. What else was I going to say? I feel like that's the best thing, though, in secondary, having the relationship with your form tutor.
Yeah.
That relationship, honestly, that relationship is unmatched. Like, the closeness that you'll have with your form, they're like your family. And because you're with them for the whole 5 years, it's really fun. Like, I can say my form, we're close. We could be closer. But I feel like also we got hit with COVID. So, I guess we also went through that as well. So, but hopefully you'll have that closeness with your form and your form tutor. Mr. Johnson's an amazing form tutor. So,
Yeah, so I was going to say, because everyone had transition day this year, we didn't obviously have transition day, so we had to just sit in the hall, but we got to do like art and stuff.
oh,
I remember when I was in
Everyone-
like,
they were using our classroom.
so, cause like I had primary school from like nursery to year 2. We had like 2 different schools.
yeah.
Cause like it was like, you know, like Uplands, yeah, they have Uplands infants and then they have Uplands juniors, Lead Academy.
Yeah.
Yes, and they're 2 different schools. So I remember in year 2, because like we had to do a transition day, but the days were so different. Yeah, I remember they brought us into like the the mobile. You know how you have like the mobile, yeah, and all we did was just like play with Lego, arts, crafts, everything. So it was like the best day, to be honest. Like on transition day, if you were like moving to a different school, it'd be the best day ever.
Do you remember in primary school when they used to have the vans that used to come in with books, like a mini library in the vans? I feel like I remember that so well.
Oh my
And they
God.
also used to do this other thing where it's like vans and your whole class used to go in it, and this whole van used to be like dark and there used to be stars in it. And they used to show you like the human body, like all of that, and explain
Is
it
it
to
like
you.
is there like a planetarium inside the van?
No, it wasn't. I know what you're talking about. We have a planetarium we had a planetarium at school, but in primary it was like in a van, and it was so. I just remember those. It was so fun. Like I just don't remember it. Like I don't remember exactly what they did, but I just remember that I'm like, why did they used to take us into those vans like that were dark with the stars and the human bodies? But it's like those memories. I remember all of us used to like lie down and look at the stars, and they used to be like. It's like, I just remember them so well. I really want to go back to primary, if you can't tell. I really want to go back to primary.
But year 7 at the start, was full on with just rewards. Like
Yeah.
you'd have to like recite a poem. Ameera, you gotta
you're
be
going
ready
to
for
learn
this.
a poem, Invictus, get a head
Oh,
start.
yeah.
Yeah, head start.
Invictus, yeah.
One, because like the one student, they had a sibling who was in Judge Meadow. She learned the whole poem, and on assembly on that same morning on transition day, she recited the whole poem.
You
And
need
she-
to be
and she
that
got a
person,
badge.
Ameera.
But badges in year 7 are such a big popularity. Like
Yeah.
like if you have a badge, then you're a badge equals like
Popularity.
yes.
Yeah.
And of course, I got so many badges. Yeah. On the same day, actually, I recited that poem, Invictus. I learned it during form time. Miss was like, "Oh, learn one stanza." Yeah, I learned the whole poem.
And the reason why we learn poems in our school is so because in year 11, year 10, you have to revise a lot, right, for your GCSEs. So if you start, it helps you improve your memory by memorizing poems. Because also for your English exam, you have to revise lots of poems and stuff. So it's to help us. It's not just randomly making us revise poems. It's for like a reason.
I think my sister, she told me once that in her GCSE she had Ozymandias as the poem.
Yeah, so that's one of the poems that you have to learn for your English exam in GCSEs.
Yeah. So you have to like study a poem and then like you have to do questions, right?
Yeah.
I haven't gone through GCSE, so I can't say much about it. So so the rewards, like if you like learn a poem and then your form chants it the best in the whole
It's like
year,
a competition between your year.
and you get pizza party at the end.
It's really fun.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to say this message?
That's my friend's mom.
Would you like
all right.
to say
So
the
would
message out
you
loud?
like to say it?
Lovely watching you something. Is it called Love You Watching You, Ameera? Is it called Book Bus?
Is that... Yeah, that's what it's called, the book bus. You know how I was telling you guys about the bus?
Yeah.
With the book? That's what it's called. So there used to be like a library in there and all the walls were filled with books and it was like colourful. It was amazing. I really used to enjoy that a lot.
Ameera got another message. I don't know if you want to
well
do it.
done, Ameera, from Isa and Amelia.
Are those your brother and your cousin?
Yeah.
So you get like a lot of pizza party. Like you get a pizza party if your form chants the poem the best. So you're gonna memorize it. So of course, because Mr. Muller used to get us to like recite the poem and like
That's his head of year. Mr. Muller is his head of year.
in like May.
Is he a math teacher?
Yeah, he's a
He
maths
is.
teacher.
Do you know who your head of year is?
I think it's Miss Patel.
Patel, yeah.
Yeah.
He used to. I was confused because like
It was going to be Mr.
Mr.
Bain.
Bain.
yeah, and then
Miss
he just
Patel's really nice. She used to be
she
my
is.
English teacher.
yeah. So I think you were supposed to have Miss Patel as your English teacher because because she was head of year, Miss Limbada had to take over. So you would have got Miss Patel for your transition.
You know, for your taster lesson.
Oh,
You would have got, do we have any more questions for Ameera?
I don't think so, but why not just talk?
What are you most, other than at year 7, just generally events and stuff that are going to happen in secondary, what event are you the most excited for?
I think
That's different from primary, that you wouldn't really have in primary.
like the pizza parties, we won't have that.
Yeah.
And that day,
Culture day or sports day.
Yeah, we haven't talked about culture day, like, because like, I think we need to like put that out.
Culture day.
Yeah.
I feel like culture day is different from primary, right?
Yeah.
You don't have
don't do
culture
that,
day.
no.
Yeah. Culture day is so
Culture
fun.
day was something that Mr. Chowdhury invented, and it was amazing.
Well,
It
Mr.
is.
Chowdhury invented it for our school, like brought it into our school. It was brought before that. He was the one who brought it into our school. Yeah.
But he made it like even awesomer. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even. Why did I say
Bigger. He made
that's-
it bigger
yeah.
and better this year.
My
So
English is
last
not
year
good.
it was it was really fun last year. This year was bigger and better. It was amazing. That's
Yeah.
how we advertised it, that it'd be bigger and better than last year, and it definitely was. I feel
Yeah.
like you'd really enjoy it next year.
Yeah, because like it might be even more big and better, but we don't know.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, inshallah. At least we'd get. Do you think we'd get calls next culture day? Just like
Hopefully.
yeah.
Mr. Chowdhury better be listening in. So you were talking about the pizza parties. So in our school, we also do Push for Positives. Have you heard of that? So Push for Positives is like you get rewarded. So every 1 or 2 weeks, there's like an aim. For every form, in every year group, there's an aim to get the most amount of merits, to get the least amount of behavior points, to get the highest attendance. Then the best form in each year group gets a reward. So they might get a reward of a pizza party, or an ice cream van comes in, I remember,
like that.
Ameera came and visited. She got an
Yeah.
ice cream.
Or the bubble football.
Yeah, so I remember you saw the bubble football, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we did bubble football. That was funny to watch, and we also have breakfast mornings, hot chocolate. So it's like a reward for all the hard work that you put in.
But also, it's not just rewards. It's like a load of opportunities for like education, especially
it's
like
motivation as
like
well.
you have student council, you have eco club, and you have
Podcast team.
You have and you got like
anti-bullying ambassadors. You've got loads of opportunities.
MVPs.
Yeah, there's so many MVPs. Is what is it? It's against
movement. No, it's like
it's a group of people who are trained to talk to people to like prevent knife crime. Because in our school we do a lot of, so we have PDC lessons. Have you heard of them?
It's like PSHE.
Personal Development Curriculum, that's what it stands for. So it's like every week you have one lesson where you talk about a social issue. So it may be like drugs, like how to like what it's about.
It could
the
be
parliament.
It could be like LGBTQ, just like
the protected characteristics, things like that. So we talk about things like that you're not taught in your normal science, maths or English lessons, but you need to know anyways.
Just to make you aware of the wider world.
Exactly. And I think that's one good thing though. We do learn a lot about the wider world. Like we have, what else do we have? We have the JM. At the start in year 7, you have this I've forgotten the name of it. It's like this scheme, and you learn about everything about you. You're supposed to have all these targets that you have to meet. So I remember we did it. I've forgotten the name of it. If anyone, Mr. Chowdhury, if any of our teachers are listening and they know what I'm talking about, then please do message in. But we do that at the start. And
we also have the Brilliant Club as well.
Club.
You went to it, but you went into COVID, but you didn't get to it.
Brilliant Club is like, explain what Brilliant Club. So he just graduated.
So I just graduated from Brilliant Club on the day you got the ice cream. So that's why I came in a hurry. Because I just left the bus and I went to catch Mr. Chowdhury. I went to his office and he wasn't there, so I went down and I heard
Me and Mr. you were enjoying our ice creams, having fun.
And I was on the bus in Foss Park. I was passing, like that interject.
Yeah.
So I was that was around 1:45. But not to go into that the graduation though was very nice. It wasn't as long as the launch trip because
Where'd you go?
Oh, so I went University of Warwick, which is in Coventry, next to Birmingham. And for my launch trip, so if you join the club, then you have a launch trip.
Let me explain what it's about first. So it's like you get chosen from everyone in your year group. I think it's everyone in year 7 and
year 8.
And year 8, and then that's why we have you here, Abdul Rahman. So everyone in year 7, year 8, and you get chosen, and it's someone who's done a PhD. So a PhD is something that you do after you get a degree, or after you get a master's in university. Someone who's got a PhD will come and teach you about a certain topic. So what was your topic about?
So my topic was about history of the Windrush generation.
So that was theirs. I think mine was about Shakespeare. So you had to, or fairy tales, and you had to talk about all these different literary theories.
At least you got a head start in Shakespeare.
Them. So we had to do that, and then you have to do an essay basically. You get graded on it how you would get graded in university. So a 1 or what else are the grades?
It's a 3, a 2 to 1 or 2 to 2.
Yeah, so you get graded by that.
First is the highest, and it's in the name as well.
Yes. Yeah, so then that's how you got graded. So he went to his graduation trip.
We got a few messages here. Abdul Rahman Mahomed, Culture Day is the best day of the year, and I agree with whoever wrote this. Do you want to say this one, Ameera?
Rizzy Osman, love watching you, Ameera. So proud of you, love you, Nanny.
My year 3 teacher, Miss Chowdhury, said, very proud of the young lady you've become, Zainab. Thank you, Miss Chowdhury. This is why you're my favorite teacher.
I wish my teachers came in a message then.
Mr. Chowdhury, I think he's talking to you. I think you need to message in for Abdul Rahman. No, and showing him the appreciation.
Mr. Chowdhury, you need to message in for me.
So then what else do we do in secondary school that's really fun?
In secondary school, we have loads of the events. I don't know what to talk about.
We do lots of charity events.
Oh yeah, as well. We have the fun day going on. We have
fun day, but also we do clean air day. We had that last year. So
we didn't have that this year, did we?
We were watching a video of it when we had our transition day.
Yeah. Did you like how it looked like? It was really fun. Yeah. I remember going out. So I remember they blocked off a whole road, and in science lessons, people used to come out and they used to, I think it was, forgotten the name of it, but we used to count things in the environment to see if the air pollution was good or bad, if it was not as polluted in the area. We used to do fun activities. We used to do skipping outside, and I remember people used to be outside giving drinks and like food to people, and it was like a fun day. And just making sure we're looking after the environment.
I remember I was going to Whitehall and like because my dad was gonna drop in, like I was supposed to get dropped in the car, and I was going straight down the road, and I saw the block, and there was like people like from the council or something saying that this road's blocked. It was like such a nuisance because like you have to go all the way around.
Yeah,
but I didn't know because I didn't know a lot about Judge Meadow then. Cause
I feel like we only started it last year though, and it was a really fun day though. It was a very good day.
All right, we got a message from Mr. C, aka Mr. Chowdhury. You are all in my special Mr. C crew. Much love from Mr. C.
Mr. C, who's Mr. C? Anyways, after that, what else do we do in our school? We have a lot of fun. But was there anything that you specifically enjoyed about primary that you're going to miss?
I think the end of year 6, because after SATs it was like we did a couple of writing pieces, but then it was like free time, no maths, which I enjoyed because I don't really like maths that much. So there was writing lessons. Then we were like, our teacher would be like, okay, let's do the writing lesson after lunch, for example. Let's go outside. So we spend a morning outside, for example. Not always, but like Miss Gagg's class, the other year 6 teacher, she'd only let them go outside if we were going outside. Like we'd just go outside randomly, where she'd only let them go outside if we were going out.
I guess Miss Gagg's class was very thanking you guys then for going out a lot during the day.
I remember when I finished my SATs, after every single SATs, we used to get outside for about 2 hours, and every single boy in my class was just on with the football, because we used to take out the footballs and everybody used to be playing on the grass, because I was a football fanatic then as well. So when I was playing football, I wasn't that good, because of course right. I'm more into podcast than football as well.
You can still enjoy football.
I do enjoy football, but football is a hobby of mine, and podcast as well. But I take more priority into podcasts. And Mr. Chowdhury.
So I think we're going to the end of our show, and obviously we want to finish our show in full Voices of Tomorrow fashion and finish off with our nasheed. So I'm just going to say some points to summarize what we've spoken about today. So if anyone's worried about starting secondary school, please don't be worried. Be positive. It's a new start, a fresh start. I think we can all be witness to that. And I know after your transition day, you were less scared about what was going to be happening. And Abdul, you are going into year 8, and I know you're a very confident person now. So just don't be worried. Be positive about it. And everyone there at your school is going to help you and make sure that your move to secondary school is as smooth as possible. Secondary school is fun and you get more freedom, but make sure you are responsible with the freedom that you are given. So I do want to make sure we finish off with our nasheed. So I want to say thank you, Ameera, for coming on to our show. And please don't be scared for the start of secondary. It's an exciting time. Focus and work hard. Enjoy your time. And I can tell you from experience, it goes very fast. I cannot believe I'm going into year 11 at all. So I'll see you all on our next show. And does everyone want to say goodbye?
I want to say a nice thanks to Ameera and Zainab as well for helping me out, and Mr. Chowdhury as well at the back. And so I think we should wrap that up with the nasheed then.
Yeah. So goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. نور على مر الزمان تعلقا وأضاء للدنيا طريقا مشرقا وهدى من الرحمن يهدينا به للصالحات وللمكارم والتقى هذا كتاب الله يعزب من حل ننعم به من مورد لمن استقى قد صانه رب العباد بحفظه وهمام حتى لا يضيء ويخلقا طوبى لمن حفظ الكتاب بصدره فبدا وذيئا كالنجوم تعلقا وتمثل القرآن في أخلاقه وفعاله فيه الفؤاد تعلقا وتعله في جنح الدجى متدبرا والدم من بين الجفون ترقرقا هذه صفات الحافظين كتابه حق فكن بصفاتهم متخلقا يا حافظ القرآن راتل عايه فالكل أنست للتلاوة مترقا يا حافظ القرآن لست بحافظ حتى تكون لما حفظت مطبقا ماذا يفيدك أن تسمى حافظا وكتاب ربك في الفؤاد تمزقا.
MashaAllah, that was so beautiful.
I think we might have finished a bit early there.
It's okay.
We can still talk about more stuff.
We know that it's now the summer holidays. You finished school.
Does anyone want to talk about what they're going to do in summer?
Does anyone have any plans this summer?
Yeah, we're going away on Wednesday. This Wednesday coming up to Malaysia, Singapore and Dubai. 2.5 week holiday.
Oh, that's nice. Zainab, you got any plans?
Inshallah, in the next 2 weeks, we're going to be going Umrah.
Oh, mashallah.
So, yeah, that's my plans for the holidays. I'm excited, a bit like I've got a bit of anxiety because it's going to be different. But yeah, it's going to be different, but I'm excited. I've been when I was younger, but you know, when I was younger, I never did it properly. So when I was younger, I never used to understand what I was doing either. So now I'm doing it properly with the understanding of what I'm going there for. So hopefully it'll be a spiritual adventure. That's what I'm going to say.
I've never been Umrah, but I really want to go.
Inshallah. I'll pray for everyone that everyone gets to go.
Jazakallah. Inshallah. Everybody will go, yeah? Because it does say that every single Muslim should go Umrah if they can, if they're able to. Once in their life.
What are you excited for your holiday, though? What are you most excited for when you go?
I don't know, because we're going to Kuala Lumpur and Langkawi in Malaysia.
Yeah.
So they seem exciting because we're looking at places to go. But then Singapore also seems really exciting, like the walks and
the scenery.
Yeah, and Dubai is just seeing family because we would have had like 2 week holiday. We only spent like 4 days in Dubai, but that's still a lot. Like after 2 weeks.
And I guess it's a nice start to, you have your holiday and then you're going to start secondary school. So it's a nice break.
I'm not confirming anything that I'm going anywhere, but one place I really, 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 really want to go is Pakistan. I want to go back because like I've never been there for a very, 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 very long time. And I just want to like relive the vibe, like, because like normally we don't like really like sleep, like we don't sleep at night. We're like awake at night and we like go out and eat, because like I remember there's this place where you have like a rooftop here and it's like a nice like there's a barbecue right there.
Can I just say one thing? If you know Abdul Rahman, he loves his food.
I love my food.
So that's what you can expect.
That's one reason why Mr. Chowdhury invited me on his show.
Yeah, if you heard the show before, Mr. Chowdhury was talking about food with Abdul Rahman and a food blogger.
Yeah, but on the rooftop you have like that nice, like that steak and everything, like the chips, and then after that, you would go like, because it was called Barbecue Tonight, and like it was like a very popular place in Pakistan. Then after that, you would go to like you'd go to ice cream and everything. Just to wrap it up now, unfortunately, but I'm gonna say a few messages. Someone said MashaAllah, and another person said MashaAllah. Jazakallah for that.
We do really appreciate when you message.